Hello! I wanted to expand upon my last video, which I shared the 4 key habits of all financially successful people and break down each one of those habits. And so it will be a 5-part series where you can dig a little deeper and we can together expand upon those. And so definitely want to encourage you to click like in that last video if you saw it. If not, click on my channel and go take a look at it. And then also subscribe, hit that bell, or ring that bell? I don't know what they call it. But didn't really want to ask for you guys to subscribe, but I figured if you want to catch those next videos in this 5-part series, then you'll definitely want to be able to do that and get the notification. And I definitely want to thank you guys that have watched these videos and that have subscribed and that have liked the videos. Feel free to leave comments on some of the content that you want to hear, some of your thoughts and the things that I say. And what I want you to know is that I'm not the most successful person in the world, but I'm learning from some really successful people. A lot of what I have learned is from this financial fitness program by Warren Woodward and Chris Brady. And there's a lot of other books that I've read, and everything that I'm taking is from people that are further down the road. And I love the phrase that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. And one of the things that I hope for is that over time, you can see that I am a prime example of the things that I've learned. But my entire idea is not that you see me as somebody that wants to be an expert, but as somebody that's a hungry student that's just sharing the information that I've learned and passing it on to you. And perhaps I can reach an audience that some of these authors have not and be a blessing to somebody else. And so my only hope is that I can be a blessing to you by adding value to your life. And so in this 5-part series, here's video number 2. And we talked about how if you want to be successful financially, then you've got to work hard. And I think 80% of success is just showing up. And so when I talk about work hard, show up and give your best effort. And so there's 3 things that I really want to encapsulate in this. And in that video, I talked about working hard, preferably within a business system. But before we get to that idea or that concept of a business system, I want you to know that the most important way you can work hard is working hard on yourself. And so definitely invest in your leadership, invest in your personal skills, invest in your soft skills, and become a more well-rounded person, become a leader. And it's amazing what can happen. I know most people don't read books, so if you want to be head and shoulders above the competition, just read one book and you're really going to stand out. And there's a warning with this. Not every manager or owner or person in authority is going to appreciate you growing and learning and may even be threatened by that. And so if you're in the wrong company and you start investing in yourself, you will maybe face some kind of criticism, but don't worry about that criticism, because knowing that you're becoming better is going to be good for you no matter what position you're in, but it's also going to help you become a better parent. It's going to help you become a better parent. I think I said parent. Better spouse. It's going to help you become a better friend, a better son, a better citizen in this country. And we all know that the world is lacking good people. And so become the best version of yourself, because you deserve it. There's a whole lot of books that I could share on investing in yourself, but just start digging in. If you can, get some mentor and ask them, what should I be reading? Or drop a comment in this video and say, what's a good book for me to read to grow in this area? And hopefully I'll be able to recommend a book, or ask my mentor, Bill Lewis, hey, what book should this person read? And I want to give you an example. Life Leadership's Life Super app has a subscription called Total Personal Development. And this person was working at Frito-Lay's in Canada. And they have a ranking system from number 1 to 5,827. And this person was towards the very bottom. They started plugging into the Total Personal Development subscription. They started growing their leadership abilities. And in 6 months, they went from one of the last to number 2 in the entire company. Now that's insane. And then my cousin Tim started plugging into that subscription, and specifically into Power Sales University. He owns a business where he sells, helps people resubscribe to magazines. And I told him, if you get this subscription, you'll raise your sales 30% in the next 60 to 90 days. Well, in 6 weeks he called me and said, hey, I've doubled my numbers from the last 6 weeks before you showed up. And I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, I've doubled my numbers. I went from selling about 500 to 600 a day to selling about 12,000 or 1,200 a day. And I'm doing this consistently every single day. And I'm like, holy crap. So I think that's 200%. I'm not the smartest person or very good at math, but he definitely exceeded that 30% in 90 days if he doubled his numbers. And so, number one, when it comes to working hard, is show up. Number two, invest in yourself and show up as a better person each and every day. And number three, I talked about a business system. What I love about the concept of a system is from Robert Kiyosaki's Cashflow Quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He talks about there's 4 ways in America and most of the free world to make money. You can be an employee who trades time for money. You can be self-employed. You can be a B-type business owner, or you can be an investor. And so when we talk about that left side, the employee and the self-employed, they have to leverage time for money. They have to trade it. And so they're being leveraged. So you can never have both. But on the right side of the quadrant, they leverage a system, or they leverage money to bring in more money. And so when I talk about a system, don't stay on that left side. Don't stay as an employee or self-employed. Somehow figure out how to build a B-type business or invest in a system, or get some of your money to go into that investment quadrant and bring back more little money friends. And perhaps you never want to do either one of those. And you're like, can I be successful? Can I be wealthy? Maybe. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So definitely don't be discouraged. Have hope, like I've talked about in my other videos. But know that if you want to become massively wealthy so that you can help a lot of needs that a lot of people have, which is why we want to be wealthy and successful, because we know the world has so many needs and there's so much that we can do that we don't want to just get by for 75, 85 years and then die and have nothing left over. We want to be able to give and give and give more, and then when we pass away, for that money to keep on giving for generations. So when it comes to finances, there's a lot of great books like The Richest Man in Babylon, Millionaire Next Door, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Financial Fitness Program. And what I've really enjoyed for the investment category is Beyond Financial Fitness. And when it comes to building a B-type business or a business with a system, I'm really appreciative of Life Leadership teaching us how to understand systems, but also giving us a system to leverage. And so whatever you do whatever you can to get to that right side of the quadrant. There's nothing wrong with being an employee or self-employed. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Definitely in that job, become the best version of yourself and get pay raises, but also figure out how to get over to the right side so that you can get more every day, every night while you're sleeping, get more money coming in and be on a different path than a majority of the world. So I hope those 3 things definitely help you work hard, show up, invest in yourself, and figure out how to get to the right side of the cash flow quadrant. And if you need help with any of those, definitely reach out to me or whatever. We look forward to continue to be a blessing with you. The next video is going to be about that second principle, which is about saving a portion of your income, which when you save a portion of your income, you live below your means, you can put some of that into the investment quadrant or into investing in yourself or into a B-type business. And it all works out so that you can be benefited and so that you can go and benefit a lot of others. So I'm really excited to get to that next video, and hopefully you find a lot of value in this information, just like I have from all these books. Love you guys. I'll see you at the top, so I'll see you real soon.